I hadn't been posting any shorts because I don't have the courage to. Plus, I hadn't even finished it yet. Anyway, shall I get some music? Okay, so basically I might use voice chat sometimes, so if you guys see me use voice chat, basically you guys might know if I would be like, okay, let me go get my phone. I got it. Okay, let me open YouTube on my phone. So I'll be playing some random songs on like, oh, it fell out of my hand. Okay, anyway, I will, oh my god, I will be picking some songs from here, like from my channel. Also, don't mind my profile, thank you. I don't know what to change it to, so I changed it to that meme. Anyway, oh my god, here, get off me. I'm alive. I'm gonna do all my fave songs, and most of these are okay, and most of these are Vocaloid, and I don't care. You need some music. I might get copyrighted. Wait. Okay, I lowered it a bit. Now let's try reaching floor 25. With a team, of course. I can't reach floor 25 myself, you know. I suck. That is right. Slendy Tales got removed. They privated it. So I can't play it now. I'm sad. Oh wait, why am I using GG? I joined a friend. I joined 2 friends actually. Which tune? Also in my dream, I lost the tune Sprouts, and it was in here with many other tunes, and and I and Sprout costed 10,050 iCore, like in my dream. Only in my dream. Don't ask me why. And all his stats got changed, and I can't explain. Anyway, I will be using GG, and I will use I miss my skill check, so I might use this one, but no. I want to play Dan. I want to do a dial run. Yes, I am doing a dial run. But first, I'm gonna use block, because if Dial was here, he could literally literally kill me. I could just place a little blob, but no, I don't want to do it. No. That's who I'm using. Hint. Okay, let's try using Finn. And I'm gonna go use the... I don't get why people miss their skill check as Fiend. Stats are so similar. Yes, easy. Okay, let's go in. Or should I host one? Need plus my TW. Where's the Shelby in there? Who's Oreo? I'm Coffee's Oreo. I'm Coffee. Please call me by Coffee. I don't like being called by my actual name. So, as you know, I am going to do a dial run. So, let's make a team. Okay, let's sit here and say ABC for dial run. ABC for dial run. Like that. ABC for dial run. ABC for dial run. Bro, what? Who is Shelly's wife and why aren't they joining me? Alright, I skipped to Fulcona, girl. Okay, okay, someone also wants to be V, which I don't really mind, okay. There's the others. I don't think they noticed me. Yeah, my friends don't even care about me. Oh, evil are they? Okay, we are not going to make the run anymore. Yeah, build to survive. That's the only thing I want to do. Ooh. Ooh, it touched something. Load. Okay, I love my outfit too. You guys like my house? Oh. I have a pool with no water, and I don't really care about it. Well, that was awkward. My mom called me. And, here's the tour of my new house I made, all by myself because you can't really help anyone in here. I mean, this will equip infinite packs. I haven't played this game in so long, I kind of forgot what the game passes look like. Okay, I will give you a tour of my room first. Here is my fabulous little room with a stretched out glass balcony with marble floors. Cause I'm really in the this game. I'm not really that much. Here's my friend's room, chickens. Or this could be the guest room, which I literally let people be. And here's the little here's the chair where you can literally look at the good view and the good sky. And you can look behind to check out what's going on inside. Go in and go back. Go in the room and go back out here. You can see the kitchen. Get up! Okay, anyway, this is the kitchen. With very beautiful little type of table design that I made all by myself that I love, and I could like sit on here and I could be like a statue or something. Wait, let me click it. Okay, oh my god, I'm quite invisible if I become tiny. Here is my friend's room. It literally has only a bed. It goes into like nothing. If you go here, you can see a bed. It's going into nothing. So once you wake up like this, the sky literally blinds you. And should I make a basement or what room should I make? Oh, and here is the bathroom. No, I will show you it. It looks like this. Walk in. It has 2 doors. Don't go through this door. If not, you will go to the movie theater. You gotta walk straight. Look over here. Walk straight, and then look over here. Walk in, and then this is the bathroom. Also, don't ask me why the toilet is facing the sink. Wait, no, I should have added a shower curtain or something. Like those. Oh, and here's the shower. I know it's really bad quality. It's small, okay? Anyway, in this room, you have a little mirror. It's like this little gray block in here, and it's a mirror from every angle, I think. And here's the wardrobe. Here is the wardrobe. Walk back out. Walk here. You can see a little window. for air to seep in, of course. Not for people peeking. Anyway, I will show you the very bright movie theater. Sorry to those who have epilepsy. I may trigger it. Anyway. Or this could like hurt your eyes if you look down. Look. Like a flashbang. Okay, anyway. Seats at the back is for a better view of watching the TV and not getting flashbangs on the first one. Okay. Enough of going at the first one. We're going to here. This is the shortcut. Oh no, I fell. Okay, here's another entrance on how to get in. Where if you go here, walk in, jump up, climb. You start climbing, and then you can reach. I'ma get you real good, and I betcha. Hey, okay, anyway. Here is the upstairs ping, like a little logo for like the helicopters to land. Or you could do like well, I forgot what the fuck called anyway. Yeah, you totally fall down, so be careful if you're up here. Anyway, you have to make a little strategy, oh, picture, baby, it's my trademark, when I live my strategy, oh, picture, baby, I'ma get you real good, and I betcha, hey boy, once I get ya, it'll be all so glad that I met ya, when it's so red, it's you, wanna get you sad, till I'm in your head, I can't forget. I'm gonna make the master bedroom, so yeah, I'm gonna choose this one because all I want is a big little bathroom and a balcony, of course. So I'll be changing my room to this room because it's really close to the kitchen. And I can literally sneak up to the kitchen and grab some food. Yeah, I'm a psychopath. Anyway. Gravity, look at me, I put me down on your knees, bring me up, bring your beat, don't leave. Strategy, hey, get ya, boy. I'ma get you real good, and I betcha, hey boy, once I get ya, it'll be all so glad that I met ya, hey boy, I'ma get you real good, and I betcha. Why is there someone going out and out and going back in and out? Like, what is going on? Anyway, let me continue building my bathroom. I really suck at building bathrooms because it absolutely sucks. Anyway, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm just here building because since there's absolutely no one. Plus, this game is dead anyway. Like, there's absolutely no one in here except me. Still funny. Should I make a glass floor or not? Yeah, maybe not. Should I keep a balcony? Maybe. I will swap my room to this room because it looks pretty and I like pretty. No, I don't want strategy. I want fancy. Yeah. yeah, I will make this like my bathroom, and I already have a room, which will be the second guest room, which is this little room. It has a balcony too. It has a balcony. There's a balcony. This used to be my old room, but I don't want it anymore. Like, it's so small. Like, there's not even a place to put a bathroom. Like, the only place I can put it is in the master bedroom, which is here. This is a little outcut for the master bedroom. And I will claim this as my first ever master bedroom, because this is only the mansion. Oh god, I'm accidentally covering a window. Who cares? Who cares? It's just my house. Anyway. Let's go ahead and build the floor, which is marble. Fancy. I think I made the door. I think I made the door. It's so great. Sorry if I cough. I have a pet snail now because my mom washed some lettuce and she found a little snail. This is so beautiful. I will go make this a glass panel like you. No, I made it too big. I made it too tall. Okay. And now I can not build up here. Let's go build it with some glass. And let's go put the middle into this. It looks like a face, so no, we're not gonna do that. It kind of looks like a monkey. Too green. I want it to be actually green. But should I make it glass? Should I make it grease? Wait, no, is it glass? Should I make it glass? Yes, I should. That looks kind of good. It looks kind of promising before you. Yeah, I hadn't made my garden. Oh no. Wait. Let's continue with like the normal. Okay, that looks good. Should I make this in balcony or just stay the bathroom? You know what? Bathroom. Here I will put like some gravel or like whatever this is. I forgot the name. Oh. Now let's put it in here. And now let's get to the building. Let's see if I'm taking it online so I can talk to myself. Because I will talk to myself in here. Hello. There's a giant glass window. Nah, people live here. Bathroom with let's make this my balcony. Heartbeats are saying never run to the boom 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 from head to head. Me never. A mystery, gotta get to know you more. 'Cause I got a real connection now. I'm gonna make this as majestic as possible. I can take some beauty pictures. I can call, I can share. Oh no, I pushed out the wrong spot. Look at your eyes. Oh, I thought someone was here. There's absolutely no one. This game is actually dead. Okay, cause of death maybe be boredom. Cause of death could be boredom. Okay, I don't know. This game is so fun before. I had like 1,000 players. I had like 1,000,000 visits, I think. Like 1,000 visits. I miss this old game. Since there's absolutely no one in here anymore. This game was very old. You have in my heart, oh yeah, never let go, you ain't stick to my heart, oh yeah, feel so sure. Just there's a room for the showers. Okay, I think I need to put this house. I will shower like right here, and you see the inner of the house, and they can see me shower. So this is bad. This is really, really bad. And how can I remove that? Baby. Now I can shower. I know that shower looks bad, but this is the only thing I can do. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. You're the first one to actually type in this stream because I absolutely have no viewers right now. Thank you for typing something, at least. What's up? I don't really talk much in like this type of stream, but I do play like random games on this type of stream where I do what I want, what the viewers want, and what they want me to do. Like, you can tell me what to do and I would maybe do it, but It's a 50-50% chance I would maybe do it. I don't know if I should make it like glass, because this is like the inner bathroom. Okay, this is a shower. Oh my god. Should I make it the bathroom? Like, yeah, anything. I could do anything you want, but I would recommend you. I would rarely even do it, but I would do it if you want, cause I don't mind. Oh my god, no. Oh my gosh, shut up, T-Rex. Shut up, T-Rex. I don't know if I should make it facing like it. I don't know, maybe I should. I don't know. What dance? I have like a few. I can. Like what song though? What song is dance? Like it could be Cat's Eye, could be anything. But I am not going to show you it. I can dance it though. Oh. Let's try dancing, wait. Okay. I was about to do Gabriella. I can't do that. I don't want to show my face. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. But only I can do is like do it in Roblox, cause I can't really do it. I can't do it on cam. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do it on cam. I'm very terribly sorry. I can't actually do it. Like, I don't like showing my face, cause my parents don't let me, and I don't want to break the rules of my parents. I'll be right back. Anyway, my bad. I was like grabbing stuff. Should I put a couch right here? I'm back. Sure, but I gotta save my house, bro. I want to put a couch. I don't know where to put it. Where should I put the couch? Oh my god, it's facing through the wall. Well, I mean, it does good. Good, I mean. Okay, I'm gonna save it. This game is so old, bro. Let me see how many visits it had. 200. Oh my god. That's a lot of visits. Okay, the strongest backgrounds. Okay, I'm loading. Okay. Oh. Oh wait, you. Where do I remove it? Oh, bro. I played this game and I have 430 something kills, I think. 483 actually. Okay. Yeah. I haven't played the Strongest Battle Dance in a while. Only I did was like goof around. I haven't played it in a while. Let me find the tree. I am not going to fight crows. I'm scared of them. Anyway. Oh my god. Wait, I gotta close my mic for a while, so I might type in chat. I'm gonna go join my private in Dandy's World. So be right back. I'm gonna close my mic. I'm gonna close my mic. Hi, I'm back. I'm back from eating. I still have some food in my mouth because I'm a big bag. I'm back and I opened my mic anyway. Oh. Oh, it's just Piggy, okay. It's just Piggy. My friend got flashback. Bro. Did you really have to flashbang yourself? standing by. Okay, that's enough goofing around. Let me go build a torture room. Also, Ilya and Annie, if you're watching this, trust me, you do not want to like come here. Trust me, ever in my life. Okay, I got a little door, which I will make the torture room, which I'm going to use is dry black. No entrance or anything, just pure black. Move to the back. I'm a survivor. Shut up.
Watch out! The tornado is coming!
I'm gonna go close my mic again. This time for a different reason. I wanna see you dance. I wanna see you dance. Okay, I'm gonna close my mic now. My bad, guys. I had to close my mic. But who cares now? At least I get to like talk now. At least. Any music you guys want to suggest? I would do anything. The skyscrapers crossing vertical. The countdown begins in Tokyo. Maybe fatal disease explained in 69 minutes. Okay, I will watch this video because I have absolutely nothing else to do.
Some of these addiction victims start innocently enough by looking at a few magazines and pictures. They often end up with full-on irresistible desires to look at pee material all the time. Viewing pee material that activates the part of your brain associated with pleasure and reinforcement.
Oh, is it P0 or, you know? I don't know. Maybe not.
You see, our brains weren't evolved to have access to so much material all at once. Evolutionarily, our primate-like brains were exposed to relatively limited stimuli compared to what is available through modern pee. Our ancestors likely encountered sexual stimuli primarily within the context of real-life interactions, meaning you'd have to talk to someone of your attracted gender to receive any sort of stimuli, which may have been more predictable and less varied compared to the range of content available in pee today. When you watch pee, your brain is like a child in a candy store and given the choice to have as much as it wants. And like a child, it's impressive at first, but with time, bad things are bound to happen to the mind with an infinite library of material at its disposal. Over time, repeated exposure to pee can lead to desensitization, where the brain becomes less responsive to the same stimuli. This desensitization can result in individuals seeking more intense or extreme forms of pee to achieve the same level of arousal and dopamine release tolerance. Gambling addiction. No matter what the internet tells you, 99% of all gamblers do not quit before they win big. Rather, casinos and other firms can trick those among the most complex things in the universe into one more spin, your brain. Interestingly enough, gambling affects the brain in a similar way to substance addiction.
Okay, what should I do?
Stimulates the brain's reward system.
Wait. There's a pool that I can't add water because if I add water, it will become like a. Oh my god, I'm floating. Stepping on nothing.
Over time, the brain becomes conditioned to seek out and praise the dopamine. It might be hard for you to
Okay, I'm kind of a bit far.
pulling the lever over
Yes.
and over.
And then there's the
Time the
little
reel
stair.
spins with a rush of anticipation.
Like that,
This
yeah.
be the big win.
So
Anticipation
cute.
triggers the release
Like
of
you have
dopamine in
little
the brain.
stairs.
Even if the person doesn't
When you
win,
ask
the
not
near
to get.
miss with the symbols on the reels
Okay, so
almost
now
align
this
to
one
create a
doesn't
winning
have anything
combination that still activates
wrong.
the dopamine system, keeping them hooked
Okay.
and eager to play again. Over time, as the person continues to gamble, their brain
Anyway.
changes. The constant
Let's go check it.
stimulation of the reward system leads to desensitization, meaning it takes more and more rewards to produce the same.
My face is so
Pleasure
itchy.
is
Anyway,
contribute to the development of tolerance.
let's
where the
go.
person needs to gamble more frequently or with higher stakes to experience the same high they once
We
did.
got
What starts as a
this
$100 bet can almost
corner thing.
instantly end up being $10,000
And
on
if we
black,
remove
as,
it,
funnily enough, the brain has an almost endless supply of these happy chemicals, meaning there is no risk addicts will
There's
miss to
nothing.
get just another high. Losing money on bets can still make your brain happy because of the rush it gets, making you want to gamble more, even when you're losing. Religion addiction. In most cases, religious and spiritual beliefs can provide meaning and community for many people. However, in some cases, an extreme focus on religious
especially-
practices can become
Is it like that?
problematic. Signs that
It's like
someone
another
is too
symbol.
wrapped up in their religious practices include not listening to other people's ideas or beliefs, seeing everything as just right or wrong with no in-between, getting really upset if they
I
can't
made a
keep
little
religious
table.
rituals,
So,
ignoring important
let me
tasks
make a
or
little
homework to
chair.
focus on religion and only hanging out with people from their religious group. What makes religious addiction unique from substance addiction is the behavior itself does not involve ingestion suggesting a drug. However, the compulsive need to ritualistically perform certain religious behaviors to achieve a state of emotional comfort or highs, of perceived highs, can activate similar emotions. Unlike alcohol or drugs, which can be stopped entirely, complete abstinence is usually not an option nor wanted for religion. This makes religious addictions similar to behavioral addictions like gambling or sex addiction, where moderation is the goal, not just avoidance. A strange but true fact, some people can get so caught up in religious rituals that they start feeling physical sensations like warmth or tingling during prayer or meditation, as if their body is responding to their spiritual experiences. Alcohol addiction. With the fact that your liver can sometimes handle over 30 years of abuse before it gives up, and how easily available most alcohol is, it should come as no surprise that this is among the most common addictions in the entire world. Over time, individuals develop a tolerance to
I don't-
alcohol.
Bro, I'm already at the top of this floor. I literally cannot touch anything. Come on, build up.
Perhaps
Girl,
paradoxically,
no.
this is
No,
true
she
in some
died.
sense,
Oh.
as when alcohol consumption is stopped or reduced,
Oh, wait, what was
individuals
I
may
holding?
experience
Okay,
withdrawal symptoms such as tremors,
No,
nausea,
the
sweating,
girl
anxiety,
died.
insomnia, and
Oh,
in
I
some
don't know.
cases,
I'm not pushing
seizures
it.
or delirium tremens, DTs.
Okay.
DTs typically occur within 48 to 96 hours after the last alcoholic drink and are a medical emergency in most cases, with individuals having symptoms like confusion, disorientation, and hallucinations. Self-harm. Initially, at times, engaging in self-harm may activate the brain's regular opioid system, your natural pain regulators, leading to the release of endorphins, the body's natural painkillers. This can result in temporary relief or euphoria, as the pain and emotional distress that caused the pain are temporarily alleviated. You see, the
think I
brain
posted
is
it in
wired to organize
bathroom.
pain from A to Z, and
Or
depending on
toilet.
how bad it is, the higher up it is on the list, meaning the original pain is often lessened.
Let's go.
As with other addictions, your brain becomes accustomed to the chemical changes associated
Okay,
with
let's go to
self-harm,
my
and
room.
individuals may develop
You go
tolerance,
sit
requiring more frequent or severe
We have
self-harm
a
to
little
achieve the same
workspace.
level of relief or euphoria.
We have a
Additionally,
little
self-harm
workspace for
can
me to
become
like
linked
do
with
stuff.
other destructive coping mechanisms and emotional regulation strategies. Individuals may rely on self-harm as a means of managing overwhelming emotions such as anxiety, depression, or trauma-related distress.
Cute eyeliner. And then I can put a. Oh wait, I can't. Wow. Oh, this would be my artwork place where I do my stuff, record, and here is me. Oh wait, no, I'm on my bed. You're chilling.
Stress. So, in a cruel
Yeah, my bed
twist,
kind of
the
looks
act
like this, but
self-harm
with like
may
cartoon
provide a
characters
temporary
like
escape from
Sanrio.
emotional pain
Oh
or a
no, my
sense of
bed is
control
actually
in
strawberries.
situations where individuals feel
like
powerless. Each
pink,
time the
like
person
fake
undergoes any
strawberries.
sort of stress, the
And
body will
here
naturally
I
crave the
will
pain
be.
to release the endorphins. During withdrawal from self-harm, individuals may experience a range of physical and psychological symptoms. Physically, individuals may experience discomfort or pain at the site of self-injury. After hurting themselves, some people actually feel calm and relieved because of the natural painkillers their bodies release. Psychologically, withdrawal from self-harm can be challenging, as individuals may struggle to cope with intense emotional distress without their usual coping mechanism. If you ever feel down or like there's no way out, please talk to someone and seek help. Self-harm is never the right option. Drug addiction. Certain drugs have the not-so-fun ability to hijack the brain's natural reward pathways, which are typically activated by healthy activities like eating and sex. And when used, they cause a surge of dopamine, a brain chemical associated with pleasure and reward, leading to intense happiness. Over time, the brain adapts to the presence of these drugs, becoming less responsive to natural rewards and reinforcing the compulsive drug-seeking behavior. This means the same joy you would have gotten from hugging a loved one or eating is now replaced with the overwhelming desire to take the drug. Your repeated drug use leads to changes in the structure and function of the brain. particularly in areas involved in decision-making, self-control, and behavior regulation. These changes make it increasingly difficult for individuals to resist drug cravings and quit using drugs, even in the face of negative consequences. The brain's ability to experience pleasure from natural rewards is highly reduced, further reinforcing the need for drugs to achieve a sense of well-being. During withdrawal, the brain struggles to regain its normal functioning, often leading to intense discomfort and a strong urge to use the drug again to reduce the symptoms, as the brain has become so dependent on the effects these drugs have struggled to function normally without it. Your brain's reward and stress symptoms are now so disrupted during withdrawal, contributing to cravings, mood disturbances, and a heightened risk of relapse. Food addiction. While the food itself is not an addictive substance, the brain's response to certain types of highly palatable and rewarding foods can be just as addictive. Consuming foods high in sugar, fat, and salt make the brain associate these foods with intense feelings of pleasure and satisfaction, leading to cravings and compulsive eating behaviors. Individuals with food addictions may experience intense cravings and an overwhelming urge to consume certain foods, even when they are not physically hungry. The brain's reward system becomes abnormal, and individuals may prioritize food consumption over other activities or responsibilities. The pleasure and satisfaction derived from consuming rewarding foods can be a powerful motivator, leading to a cycle of cravings and overeating. Emotional factors such as stress, anxiety, or depression can tip them over to a point where even the slightest amount of stress can cause addicts to go on a food eating spree. Just like all addicts, they often do not see a problem with their habits. When you attempt to restrict or modify their eating habits, they may experience withdrawal symptoms similar to those seen in substance addictions like irritability, anxiety, depression, fatigue, and intense cravings for the foods they have been consuming in excess. Plastic surgery addiction.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my friends to come
This
over.
often happens when an individual with body dysmorphia meets plastic surgery, where even after multiple cosmetic-enhancing surgeries, it can never be quite enough. To them, an eyebrow would be too high up or down, and their nose would be just a fraction off to the left. They may or may not hate themselves, but they'll always feel that more can be done in a never-ending cycle to get the perfect look. Even the simple anticipation of improving one's appearance through cosmetic surgery can flood the brain with happy chemicals. The brain may begin to associate cosmetic procedures with feelings of satisfaction and self-confidence, paradoxically increasing the need for more surgeries. When unable to undergo cosmetic procedures, individuals with plastic surgery addiction may experience withdrawal symptoms, making them unstable. And yet, interestingly enough, despite undergoing multiple cosmetic procedures, individuals with plastic surgery addiction may never feel fully satisfied. They may continue to identify new areas they perceive as needing improvement, leading to a cycle of surgeries and dissatisfaction, leaving them in a never-ending cycle of self-hate. In extreme cases, some people have tried to turn themselves into dolls or fictional characters through surgery. It shows how much they're caught up in changing. Relationship addiction. Codependency addiction is when someone becomes so focused on a relationship that they neglect their own needs and identity. Compulsion in addiction comes from deriving self-worth through sacrificing for and caretaking of their partner. Rather than chasing new romantic highs, codependents stay deep.
是啊，弓手、魔法师、治愈师、吟游诗人跟盗贼。那马奇 Mobile 这次呢，已经不管是衣服这边好像也可以，作业场也都有一个接下来呢要去到地下手感地基王这种西装，快来马奇 Mobile。
I'm never going to do that again. This. My eyes. Oh my god.
Stay deeply
Should I get a
dependent,
roommate?
even in
Yes, I
unhealthy
should. Okay,
partnerships.
wait, let me
They have
put
difficulties
another
establishing
bed.
boundaries and prioritizing
Here.
themselves. Their sense of purpose
Where
and
is the bed?
validation is built entirely on being needed by their partner. Some people so closely, it's as if they're trying to become their partner's clone to make the relationship
roommate, yeah.
perfect. It's a bit like copying
Which
someone's
is
homework because you
actually,
think it's the
you know,
only way to
because I
get a
don't
good
have a
grade.
roommate.
This addiction arises
Anyway.
not from
Slow
pleasure
down.
seeking, but from attempts to heal insecurities and abandonment
And
fears,
no, I
often
did not
caused
say
by
let's
childhood
scroll
experiences.
down. I
Codependents
said,
compulsively
let's go
put others
down.
first, losing their
Oh,
sense
cool
of
rainbow
independence
house.
in the process. They get the hit from facilitating their
ACL.
partner's needs and receiving any scrap of appreciation or love in return. This reinforces the unhealthy, lopsided cycle of self-neglect.
blocked
Zika
place.
virus outbreak. The reason why Zika was such a huge issue wasn't what it did to a person, but what it did to those who were yet even to be born. The virus, primarily transmitted by the Aedes mosquito, could also be passed from mother to child during pregnancy, leading to severe birth defects and developmental issues in infants. At the height of the Zika outbreak in 2015 and 2016, there was an alarming association with a
I'm not going to
significant
talk about the
increase in
truth. Why
cases
is
of
there a
congenital
bathroom at the
birth
top of
defects,
this room?
particularly microcephaly in newborns. In Brazil, the largest area of the outbreak, reports of an unprecedented surge in the number of babies born with abnormally small heads and brains, which caused widespread panic among expectant mothers and the general public. Images of infants with microcephaly, a condition associated with incomplete brain development, flooded the media, amplifying the fears and anxieties surrounding the outbreak. The uncertainty regarding the long-term consequences of Zika virus infection, coupled with a lack of an effective vaccine or treatment at the time, fueled a sense of helplessness and vulnerability. Pregnant women were advised to take extreme precautions, such as avoiding travel to affected areas, using insect repellents, and employing measures to prevent mosquito bites. The fact that the Aedes mosquito was so common in these areas made the Zika outbreak even worse. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. The Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS, was a viral respiratory illness caused by a novel coronavirus, first identified in Saudi Arabia in 2012. Just like anywhere else in the world, the people of Saudi Arabia had a close relationship with animals of their choice, camels. Saudi Arabia is mainly a desert, and the camel is among the only animals in the world built for the desert. From one animal, the people living here could get transport, meat, and milk. Because of this close contact for prolonged periods, it would take just one mutation for the virus to find the perfect chance to jump the ship from animal to man. In most cases, the symptoms were those of bad flu. Still, in severe cases, the infection could rapidly progress to pneumonia and acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS, where there is widespread lung inflammation leading to difficulty breathing. In ARDS, the tiny air sacs in the lungs, called alveoli, become filled with fluid, making it hard for oxygen to reach the bloodstream and depriving vital organs of oxygen. MERS was particularly dangerous for specific individuals because of its high fatality rate. According to the World Health Organization, the estimated fatality rate for MERS was approximately 35%, significantly higher than that of other respiratory illnesses like influenza or even the SARS outbreak in 2013. The elderly, individuals with chronic disease such as diabetes, cancer, or chronic lung disease, and those with compromised immune systems were at the highest risk of severe complications and death from MERS. Between April 2012 and November 2019, the WHO reported a total of 2,519 laboratory-confirmed cases of MERS, including 866 associated deaths, representing a fatality rate of approximately 34.3%. SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, emerged in late 2002 in the Guangdong province of China. It was a previously unknown strain of virus that spread rapidly through close human-to-human contact. For our purposes, a man
I'm not playing
from the
alone. I
province,
have a
let's
friend
know him
over.
as Patient X, would be among the first to wake up one morning feeling
They just
unusually
trapped me in
exhausted.
that house that I don't share.
Brushed
I'm
it
not
off
back
as
in
a
my
common
house.
cold, but as the day progressed, he began experiencing a persistent dry cough and tightness in his chest. Initially, he thought it might be the flu.
So
The
basically
symptoms
I
grew more
updated
severe,
a bit
making it
on my
increasingly
house.
difficult
I
for him to
made
breathe. Over the
myself
next
this
few
room,
days, the
right?
man's condition
I
deteriorated rapidly.
added
He developed a high fever,
fireplace,
body aches, and a deep
this little
hacking
table
cough
for
that
me
left
to
him
like do
gasping
stuff.
for air. Concerned, His family
this
rushed him to
wardrobe,
the hospital where doctors
and
were confused by his worsening
also my friend
respiratory
Gubber told
distress. As
also
more
my friend
cases
Gubber
with similar
said
symptoms
hi
began
chat.
emerging in the region,
So basically
healthcare
they're
workers
saying hi
realized they were dealing with a
to
new and
everyone
potentially
watching
deadly
this
respiratory
stream,
illness. The
and
man's
you're the only
condition
one, so
continued
yeah.
to decline, and he required supplemental oxygen to help him breathe.
These are
Chest
friends,
X-rays
definitely
revealed
not Gubbers.
pneumonia-like infiltrates in
This
his lungs,
is
and medical staff struggled
chickens,
to manage his rapidly
from a friend,
deteriorating
and
condition. Despite
this could
receiving
now
the
be
best available
Gubbers, but
care,
I don't
the man's
know.
body
This
could not
could be
overcome the
Gubbers.
severe respiratory failure
But this is
caused
my
by this new
oldest room,
virus.
like
The
the
SARS
like the
outbreak
first
quickly
room that
spread
I
across
built
several
for me.
countries, primarily through
And
international travel.
I don't
By
know
the
if I
time it
should
was
give it to him.
contained in July
Yeah,
2003,
because
it had affected
you can't really see
26
anything
countries across
because you gotta
multiple
walk over
continents.
here.
According to the World Health
And
Organization,
the
the
bed has
SARS
a better
epidemic
view of
resulted in
staring out of the windows.
8,096 confirmed cases and
And
774
yeah.
deaths worldwide.
Plus the
A
slide doesn't
fatality
even
rate
work.
of
You literally
approximately
walk on air.
9.6%. Ebola
You
outbreak.
walk on
At the height
air.
of the Ebola pandemic, almost everyone in the world
Also,
was
don't ask me what I'm
paranoid
watching.
because of
I'm
the
just staring at
terrifying and
Ebola.
seemingly
Or like
uncontrollable
this
nature of the outbreak.
deadliest-
A disease that could make
deadliest
victims bleed from
addictions
every
or
hole in their
disease.
body and cause unbearable
Oh my gosh,
pain
shut up,
was
no.
all the news could talk
I know.
about. The images and stories emerging from the center of the outbreak in West Africa showed overwhelmed healthcare facilities, healthcare workers becoming infected,
I am
and
numb.
bodies piling up as the virus killed even more people.
It's
And
numb,
with most of the
not
public
your
often
own.
receiving wrong information about
It's
how
not
the
Gerald.
disease could affect
Twin.
healthcare workers wearing full hazmat suits, the paranoia that anyone coming from Africa could have it reached new heights as the World Health Organization announced that the Ebola outbreak in West Africa had resulted in a total of 28,616 reported cases and
Okay, we're doing.
11,310 deaths across the three countries. The outbreak was believed to have started in December 2013 in Guinea, where the first cases of the deadly Ebola virus disease were reported. However, it wasn't until March 2014 that the outbreak was officially recognized, and by that time, the virus had already spread to neighboring Liberia and Sierra Leone. The initial symptoms of Ebola included fever, headache, muscle pain, weakness, fatigue, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and unexplained bleeding or bruising. These symptoms typically appear between 2 to 21 days after exposure to the virus. As the disease progresses, if you were the unlucky 35% that had caught the more virulent strain, you might get the worst symptom yet, bleeding everywhere. It might start subtly, a trickle of blood from your nose, a tinge of red in your vomit, but soon it could be from everywhere. Your gums, your eyes, even places you wouldn't expect. And the worst part is that even if you survived the disease, you'd only be partially immune to that particular strain of Ebola, and you'd still have to worry about the other 5. But with the introduction of vaccines, the cases of Ebola would soon reduce and outbreaks would eventually stop. Yellow fever. In 2015, men and women all over the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and Angola began to have high fevers, chills, and severe headaches. While a majority of them dismissed it as a usual flu that started around that time, as it was the rainy season. However, as the days passed, their conditions rapidly deteriorated, with some developing jaundice, a telltale sign of yellow fever. When patients came to the hospitals in the affected regions, medical staff were overwhelmed by the influx of patients exhibiting the classic symptoms of yellow fever: high fever, nausea, vomiting, and the unmistakable yellowing of the skin and eyes. Healthcare facilities, particularly in remote areas, would struggle to cope with the surge of patients, many of whom would require intensive care and supportive treatment. The lack of specific antiviral treatments for yellow fever would further complicate efforts to manage the outbreak. As the virus spread rapidly across borders, facilitated by the movement of people and the presence of the mosquito carrier, health authorities in both the DRC and Angola scrambled to implement emergency vaccination campaigns. However, the limited global supply of yellow fever vaccines would pose a significant challenge, leaving many communities vulnerable to the outbreak. Despite the efforts of international organizations and aid workers to support the affected countries, the outbreak would continue to take a heavy toll. By the time it was under control, the 2016 yellow fever outbreak in the DRC and Angola would result in 965 confirmed cases with 137 deaths, according to the World Health Organization. Swine flu. The swine flu started in early 2009 and quickly spread across the globe. It was a new strain of the influenza.
Agnostic. What is that? Ruining my grass. Stop stepping on my grass. You don't have land because you're not my friend. So you cannot step on my grass. I don't care. You can step on it, but do not ruin it.
Phillips.
Phillips, Sonicare.
The influenza virus that combines genes from human, swine, and bird influenza viruses. The epidemic got its name from the theory that the strain came from the close contact with pigs in Mexico, because the pigs are generally known to be dirty animals that more often than not are known not to be too particular about their hygiene. Hence, it just made it the perfect breeding ground for all sorts of viruses capable of unlimited mutations. The initial symptoms of the H1N1 virus were similar to those of seasonal influenza, including fever, cough, sore throat, body aches, headaches, chills, and fatigue. However, some individuals, particularly those with underlying health conditions, experienced more severe symptoms such as pneumonia and respiratory failure. As the virus spread rapidly across countries and continents facilitated by international travel, it became a global health concern. The World Health Organization declared it a pandemic in June 2009, the first influenza pandemic in over 40 years. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, it is estimated that between 151,700 and 575,400 people died worldwide from the H1N1 virus during the first year of the pandemic. In the United States alone, the CDC estimates that between April 2009 and April 2010, there were approximately 60.8 million cases of H1N1, resulting in 274,304 hospitalizations and 12,469 deaths. Chikungunya. The chikungunya virus outbreak is an ongoing global health concern, with multiple outbreaks occurring since 2004. With this mosquito-borne viral disease is currently affecting millions of people worldwide. Once the virus jumped to urban mosquito populations, it found an ideal environment to spread rapidly among human population. The ease of international travel and the widespread distribution of the Aedes mosquitoes facilitated the virus's spread to other regions, leading to outbreaks in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and part of Europe. While the acute phase of the illness can be excruciating, the worst aspect of chikungunya is that in some people they develop chronic, long-lasting joint pain that can persist for months or even years after the initial infection. Meaning if you were the unlucky percentage to contract this disease once, you'd be in constant and uncomfortable pain for almost the rest of your life. Coupled with the lack of an effective treatment or vaccine, as the virus spread across regions, reports of widespread outbreaks and the agonizing symptoms experienced by patients fueled a sense of panic and anxiety. Recent studies have shown that chikungunya has affected over 1.7 million people in the Americas alone since its introduction in 2013. With all these long-lasting issues, the best way currently would be to avoid mosquitoes at all costs. Measles. Despite measles being a disease that has an easy-to-access vaccine, there are still hundreds of outbreaks worldwide, particularly because, paradoxically, those affected the most are either too poor to afford it or just don't believe in vaccines. Measles is highly contagious and can easily be transmitted through direct contact with respiratory droplets or through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. The fact that it remains airborne for up to 2 hours means that once an outbreak starts in an unvaccinated population, little can be done to stop it. After a few days, a red blotchy rash appears, starting on the face and spreading downward to the rest of the body. In some cases, where bad sanitation meets bad luck, certain individuals who might have a weakened immune system can get a lethal strain of the virus, which can lead to severe complications, including severe pneumonia, encephalitis, brain inflammation, and death. In recent
Oh,
years,
damn.
several measles outbreaks have occurred worldwide, often originating from imported cases in travelers or migration patterns. The major ones are the 2019 measles outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where over 6,000 cases and 89 deaths were reported, and the 2018 to 2019 measles outbreak in the Philippines, which resulted in over 33,000 cases and 594 deaths.
Oh, damn.
Dengue fever. Dengue fever is a viral disease transmitted once again by
Something got
Aedes
up.
mosquitoes. Usually, these
My house
mosquitoes
isn't
breed in
safe.
stagnant water sources, such as
My
puddles,
house
water
isn't
tanks, and
safe.
discarded containers that
Like
can
much.
collect rainwater. Outbreaks of dengue fever typically occur in tropical and subtropical regions, where the climate and environmental conditions favor the mosquito to thrive. The dengue virus has 4 different strains of infection, with one strain providing lifelong immunity against that particular strain, but not against the other 3. This means that individuals can be infected with dengue fever multiple times, as many times as you come in contact with these mosquitoes. The disease spreads through the bite of an infected Aedes mosquito. When a mosquito bites an individual infected with the dengue virus, the virus enters the mosquito's system. After an incubation period of 8 to 10 days, the mosquito can transmit the virus to other individuals through its bite. The symptoms of dengue fever typically appear within 4 to 7 days after being bitten by an infected mosquito. Common symptoms include high fever, severe headache, pain behind the eyes, and skin rashes. Sometimes dengue fever can progress to a more severe form called dengue hemorrhagic fever or dengue shock syndrome. With this, you'd enter the worst stages, with bleeding plasma leakage where the virus can cause a drop in platelet levels, leading to bleeding and clotting issues, and your organs being basically shot with these viruses, destroying them, which will almost always lead to death. Preventing dengue fever outbreaks usually involves controlling the mosquito population by eliminating all breeding sites, using insecticides, and making sure there aren't spots for them to hide in. Asthma. Asthma is your body's way of overreacting to a trigger known as an allergen, or exercise, cold air pollution, respiratory infections, and stress. If you were to suffer from this, your allergen could be anything from flower pollen to dust. You could be walking down a street lined with blossoming trees on a sunny spring day. The gentle breeze carries clouds of pollen your way. At first, you might just feel a slight tickle in your throat or some mild coughing as your body recognizes this harmless allergen. But for someone with asthma, it triggers an excessive inflammatory response. Your lungs' airways, which are normally relaxed and open for easy breathing, begin to overreact. The muscle bands around the bronchial tubes constrict, narrowing the airwaves. Simultaneously, excessive mucus starts building
told you
up,
I'm on my
further
bed.
obstructing the constricted passages. You begin gasping and find it increasingly difficult to catch your breath. As the asthma attack progresses, your chest feels tight, like a heavy weight is pressing on it. Each inhalation requires intense effort, but fails to pull in enough oxygen. You start coughing uncontrollably, trying to expel the mucus and open your airways, but to no avail. Panic sets in as your
I'm going
breathing
to cook you
becomes
for
shallower and
Thanksgiving.
more complex. In a severe asthma attack, your bloodstream can lack the proper oxygen to supply vital organs. If untreated, you might turn pale or blue from inadequate
Yes.
oxygen, experiencing
That's the
dizziness,
circle.
or even lose
me
consciousness. Diabetes. Diabetes is a chronic disease caused by the body's inability to produce or effectively use the hormone insulin, which regulates blood sugar levels by allowing
Stop hitting that.
glucose from
I'm gonna
food
cook
to
you for
enter cells
Thanksgiving.
and be used for energy. You see, whenever you eat food, the food provides energy in the form of glucose when broken down, but your body can't take up this energy without permission from the insulin to do so. Insulin tells your body how
Ads.
how much and when to take up this glucose. There are 2 main types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease in which the immune system attacks and destroys insulin-producing cells in the pancreas so that you don't produce insulin. Type 2 diabetes, the more common form in which the body either doesn't produce enough insulin or doesn't use it effectively, a condition known as insulin resistance. Unlike type 1, which is mainly genetic, Type 2 is linked to lifestyle factors like being overweight, inactive, and having a poor diet. As of 2021, 537 million adults aged 20 to 79 worldwide were living with diabetes, about 1 in every 11 adults worldwide. According to the International Diabetes Federation, this number is expected to rise to 783 million by 2045. Your body's organs are very delicate, meaning a rise in anything they're not used to. They will and shall often react badly. Patients with uncontrolled diabetes via insulin shots or drugs can develop issues such as diabetic neuropathy, where the sugar damages the nerve's distal, farther parts of your body. Over time, you lose sensation in your fingers and feet, so the next time you receive a random injury on your foot, which is a lot, you never notice, meaning over time the injury will become infected and the toes will have to go. Uncontrolled diabetes is insane, as it can cause anything from blindness and kidney failure to an increased risk of heart disease. Remember, you do not have to be overweight to develop type 2 diabetes. As long as your lifestyle is unhealthy, there's always that risk. And once it starts, there's no going back to a careless lifestyle, as you'll constantly need to monitor your sugar ranges every day after every meal. Hypertension. Hypertension is when the force of blood pushing against the artery walls is consistently too high. The body's blood vessels are a connected system of pipes powered by a single pump, the heart. Should your arteries become narrowed or rigid over time, they force the heart to work harder to pump blood through them. If left uncontrolled, hypertension can lead to severe and potentially life-threatening health issues, with the cause being anything from an unhealthy diet, smoking, stress, or even genetics. According to the World Health Organization, an estimated 1.28 billion adults aged 30 to 79 had hypertension in 2019, with its most significant cause being obesity. With hypertension, it often shows no outward symptoms, earning it the name silent killer because in specific individuals with things called aneurysms, it is like a weak spot in a blood vessel that bulges out like a balloon. It can happen in any blood vessel in your body, but it's most common in the brain. Due to the high pressure, it can burst, causing severe problems like bleeding, a stroke, or even immediate death. Peptic ulcer. These diseases refer to painful sores or ulcers that develop in the stomach lining or the first part of the small intestine called the duodenum. As you can imagine, having wide open wounds in your stomach can be extremely painful and discomforting. These open wounds usually occur when the protective mucosal lining is damaged, allowing the stomach's digestive acids and enzymes to irritate and further erode the sensitive gut tissues. The two leading causes of peptic ulcers are infections with the Helicobacter pylori bacteria and long-term use of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory
Did you hear
The two leading
Helicobacter
causes of
pylori?
peptic ulcers are infections with the Helicobacter pylori bacteria and long-term use of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, like ibuprofen and aspirin. NSAIDs reduce the amount of mucus in the stomach, reducing its protection from stomach acid.
I'm gonna close my
Helicobacter
mic.
pylori bacteria